Well, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Short, Pale, and Handsome podcast. Today is Monday, June 24th. How are ya? How's your ma? Tell her I said hello. I just came to say hello. Today is Monday. How's your weekend? As I'm winding down, getting ready for a vacation, I'm forced to deal with some things that I've never had to deal with before. I'm getting shots done for like shit that I had never even heard of. You know, I've heard of Hep A. I've heard of Hep B. Hep C is the one that you have to do a lot of explaining. Apparently, Hep A, Hep B, you could just get from the water or the food. Hep C is like, you fucked up. There's a long conversation with a lot of different other people. Don't ever get Hep C, I guess, is the thing. But I got vaccinated for Hep A, Hep B, and I don't know, some other stuff. And it's funny because a lot of these things are required to travel. It's not required to travel to the Philippines. And they said, hey, you know this is a series of 3 shots. You know, like Hep A or Hep B, 2 or 3 shots. Like, you're going to have to come back. And I've never really had shots taken before. I'm not afraid of needles. It's just one of those things where it's like, whatever, I'll be fine. That's the way I was raised. It's like, can I rub some Tiger Balm on it? Some menthol oil? I should be fine, right? And they're like, yeah, Japanese encephalitis is not going to be cured with a simple Tiger Balm. And I was like, you should probably tell my mom that. She will probably disagree with you. And so when the doctor was like, hey, you know, you have to come back, I mean, it'll be after you get back. And she saw the look on my face. She's like, well, I mean, we would like you to come back. She knew the look on my face. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm only doing this so I don't get yelled at by my wife. And you know, my wife comes from a medical background, not her specifically, but her mom was a doctor and whatnot. And, you know, they have records of stuff, like all of the shots, everything that they've done, everything that they've gotten done since they were a kid, they've got a record of. I don't have any of that. And it was a very awkward conversation when my wife was like, hey, what shots have you taken? And I told her, I've taken all the shots that are required to go to school in New England, you know, back in the 80s. And she goes, okay. What shots are those? And I was like, the ones that were required. She was not having that shit. She's like, wait. You haven't had like a tetanus shot, a booster, anything. You literally haven't had shots since you were 4. And I go, not that I can remember. And she's like, you don't have any of this written down. I was like, written down? Like that I haven't had anything? I don't think they give you a record of doing nothing. That's not how that works. So, you know, we're going back and forth. And so she's like, yeah, just go get Hep A, Hep B, at least. Minimum. Because that's the stuff that you're going to get in the food or the water if, you know, worst case scenario. So I'm going online trying to find out, you know, where to get these shots. Apparently, it's not, like, necessary to do it at your doctor's appointment. You know, I was trying to schedule an appointment. They're like, yeah, you can come in like, August. Mind you that I don't have a doctor. I'm that guy. I'm just like, hey, it's a new experience every time I go see a doctor. I was like, oh, we're getting to know you, getting to know how bad my health is. Under the circumstances of being almost 40 and never going to the doctors under not an emergency, I think I'm doing pretty well. For a person that doesn't really work out, for a person that doesn't diet, I think I'm crushing it. And I don't think they give awards out for those either. So apparently you don't have to go to your doctors to get it. So, you know, there's places that you can go to get the shots. And that shit was, they were trying to, like, literally take me to town. They were literally trying to take me behind the shed. And I was like, $80 just to go, like, it's an $80 office fee right off the bat. $80. Doesn't matter what you get done, $80. Okay, cool. And then the shots, I called them up and like, no, we don't really want to tell you the pricing over the phone because we don't normally do that. And I was like, listen, lady, I want to make sure I have the money. Like, are you going to give me the shots and then just hope I have the money? And she's like, okay, well, we don't normally do it. I don't care what you normally do. If I don't get the price, one of us is going to end up fucking short. And I assure you, it's probably going to be you. By the way, my bank account's looking right now. If you give me the shots, you're going to get fucked up on the tail end. Because, you don't want to tell me. So she's like, okay, Hep A is $150 per shot. Hep B was like same price. Like, it was basically going to cost me like $800 just to get out of there with all the shots I required. And then my wife was like, do they do it at Costco? I was like, I don't know. The fuck? Every time I go to Costco, I'm trying to drop kick somebody because they can't negotiate a left turn. They don't look where they're going, or their kids are running around. I'm about to pile drive a small 5-year-old because they don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. I'm not really trying to figure out if they can do immunization at a Costco, but they do. Bring in your Costco membership, and it's like $100. No office fees. Cost me $100 for Hep A, Hep B, and that's a tip. Go to Costco. I'm a huge Costco fan. And hopefully I don't catch Hep C, because that was the one that I didn't get immunized for. And I didn't come out autistic, I don't think, more than normal. I definitely did not become autistic based on the vaccines. I don't know how it works. I just know people are upset. You can't say vaccines apparently anymore because people just straight up lose their shit. Okay. I'm just saying, if you want to know, I got the shots, didn't become autistic. I don't know how that works, but you keep that information. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what I want you to do with that information. But there you have it. There you have it. I am as on the spectrum as I was before I got the shots. I am probably a little bit more dumber, but that has nothing to do with the shots whatsoever. So I'm a fan. What else do I got going on? So I don't know if we talked about this. I know I talked about going to the Philippines, but I'm going to be there during a Manny Pacquiao fight. Which is going to be awesome. He's not fighting in the Philippines. Everyone's like, oh, he's in Vegas. You're right. But he is a national treasure, a national hero, a Filipino tent pole, if you will, in the sports arenas. I'm just saying it's probably going to be crazy. I'm hoping it's going to be crazy. I don't think that anyone really understands how much of a national treasure Manny Pacquiao is. But, the joke is that all of the crime, there's zero crime that happens in the Philippines during a Manny Pacquiao fight, which is good because if you got into a fight and had to go to the hospital, there are nobody in the hospital working during a Manny Pacquiao fight. So it all sort of works out. I'm going to be in the Philippines during a Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm going to watch the Manny Pacquiao fight, I don't know, at 9 a.m. Is that too early to be drinking? Probably not. I'm on vacation. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to be in the Philippines. And then I'm trying to convince my wife that I want to go see, what do they call it? Dwarf Muay Thai kickboxing. She says that's not a thing. I'm trying to convince my wife to go to Thailand so we can watch Dwarf Muay Thai kickboxing. She's not on board. I think I am I'm right there. I'm on the precipice. I'm pretty sure I can convince her to go to a cockfight. Yeah. And you go, well, what about all of the things? Listen, there's going to be a cockfight going on regardless if I'm there or not. I don't care. If it's going on and we can go watch it, I want to go see it. Why? Because I heard the barbecue afterwards is amazing. That's what I heard. I don't know. Fuck it. We're in the Philippines, right? And if it's it's outlawed, then I won't go. But if it's allowed, then fuck it. Let's go do it. Let's go see some sights. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you say my experiences are complete? I don't know. Maybe that. I think I'm like right on the edge of convincing my wife to bring me to like a ladyboy pageant because I heard those big in the Philippines. I think it would be an experience. And again, I just want to see some shit that I wouldn't see here. Cockfighting, one of them. Also not cockfighting, but I guess in the same realm, ladyboy pageants. I'm down. I mean, pageantry in the Philippines is crazy, and I've seen pageants. I've seen beauty pageants. I don't think I can convince my wife to allow me to go see a Filipino pageant, but she's all about, yeah, you want to go see some ladyboys? Have at it. Have it. I don't know. I just want to see some things that, like, I want to come back with experiences, right? Because that's what it's about. We're paying money not to go to a third world country, but to go to a third world country and see some shit that you wouldn't necessarily see anywhere else in the country, this country. It happens a lot out there, apparently. But what else? What else is on my list of things I want to do? I want to see that. I want to go see I want to see, like, a gangster-ass Jesus. That's loud. I want to see a gangster-ass karaoke. I hear that the Philippines has karaoke at such a high level. Like, everybody in the crowd could frontman any cover band anywhere in the world and crush it. So I want to go to, like, I told her, like, I want to go see a live band karaoke event where you can sign up and then the band can basically play any song you can name, any song that's been written that's worth its weight in salt. It will, they'll be able to play it and you'll be able to sing. I want to see that shit. I want to see how gangster shit that is. If I could, I would like to see somebody sing My Way and get into a fight, because I think that would be like the complete karaoke experience. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, apparently a lot of places ban the song My Way by Frank Sinatra. Not the Usher one. Nobody wants to sing that. But they'll do, because people will fight over that song. People will fight for the right to sing My Way. You know, they will fight if you don't sing it well. That's what I mean, Google it. That's what I've heard. I've heard it from more than one place. I've heard more than one person tell me, and then I Googled it, and then there are actually articles of people getting shot because they either sang My Way or sang it horribly. I want to see that. That's the experience I want to see. I think that would be like, if I come home and have all of those experiences, I think that might be the trophy one. Like, I would be able to say, like, literally, I saw with my own eyes My Way fight. This is not happening. You know, I'll have a this is not happening story. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm not excited for the 30-hour plane ride. We're going to go from D.C. to San Francisco, hang out in San Francisco for like 2 hours, and then from San Francisco to Singapore to Manila, Manila to Cagayan de Oro. Yeah. No, that's not a thing. I like to roll my R's. But yeah, there's a wedding, and then we're going to go island hopping. I'm going to do some comedy. I'm going to see the sights. My wife's cousin is getting married. And they asked my wife, like, hey, is it cool if we have a boys' night out? We'll take Loy, me, your husband, which is me. We'll take him out, and we're going to go have a boys' night out. My wife goes, yeah, that's fine. I was like, anyone want to ask me? Do I get a say in this shit? Like, I will be upset if we go to a Filipino strip club. And it's not like I don't like strip clubs. I like strip clubs. But my wife is Filipino. What the fuck? I'm just going to see different variations of my wife on the stage? That's not the shit that I want to see. I got one. I want to see some shit that I never saw before. Go to a strip club. It's like, oh, it's like cheating on my wife with another version of my wife. Who fucking does that? Huh? That's not fun. I don't know. I don't even know if they have strip clubs out there. But I just assume, like, if you have to ask my wife for permission for me to go out and have a boys' night out with people I've never met before, but apparently we're family, I just assume that's like some shit that you just go, hey, we'll go to the strip club, woo! And it's like, I'm in the club throwing pesos, you know. I don't know. What's a dollar? Dollar's like 10 pesos or some shit. I don't even know. I don't even know what the exchange rate is, but I'm going to find out. Let's go PHD to USD. I don't know. Pesos, 19 cents. So, yeah, like 20 cents. Let's say 20 cents to a peso. A dollar is 50 pesos. It's 5 pesos. I don't know. I don't know how strip clubs work out there. I don't even know what the money looks like. Are they bills or are they like Canada coins? 1 peso is it's like a quarter. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'll have stories. But if we go, it'll be cool. I don't want to go to a Filipino strip club because I feel like I enjoy the strip club culture. Every time I go to Atlanta or Houston or Vegas, like, I'm down. If you guys want to go, we'll go. Fuck it. If that's what we're doing, if that's what we do normally on a Wednesday, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go do it. But if I'm in a third world country throwing literally quarters at girls, I don't think that's going to fuck me up in the head. I mean, it's bad enough that literally all my wife wants to do on our downtime is get massages. Literally, like, it's $10 for an hour or something crazy like that. Here's $100. I don't care if you have to tag team, get other people in here, but I'm here. I'm here for 8 hours minimum. Figure this out. I don't know. Call other people. You figure it out. I don't work here. But yeah, so we're gonna. I do want to do the fish, pedicures, manicures, pedicures. That's what it is. Manual hands, mano y mano, hand to hand, pedicure, pedal. Yes, these are my. I'm wearing my compression socks, which, if you're watching the video, you would know. But apparently in the Philippines, you can get pedicures. And then you put your feet in a fish tank, and then the specific goldfish, I don't know, they eat the dead skin. And you can't do that here in America because apparently you can't clean the fish, and that's a hygiene problem. Apparently, I don't know, but that would be dope. Put my feet in some fish, and then have the fish clean up my feet. I don't know. I just want some experiences. I don't get out often, apparently. I want to go to places and do things that you can't do at home. That's my whole thing. I want to fuck around with locals. I want to go hang out at the malls and then do some shit that I can't do. I guess going to the mall is not the same, but I want to see how the marketing is. I want to see like what's fashionable out there. I just want to see the prices. What else do I got going on? Wednesday, I'm going to be at the DC Improv. Hurrah! And then it's an open mic showcase, so that's exciting. I will be there. It's a free show, 2 drink minimum. And I haven't been to the DC Improv since probably January. So it's been a while. And then when I get back from the Philippines, I will be at the DC Comedy Loft hosting for Augie T, who's a Hawaiian comedian. And then I also, last night, I booked a couple other spots at the Comedy Loft coming into the year. I will be Asif Ali. I will be hosting for Asif Ali. And I will also be hosting for Jessamy Peluso. Shout out to Jessamy. I met her last year when she was here, and I get to host for her this time. We're gonna bring back the Comedy Loft podcast. That's gonna be fun, and that will be happening when I get back, all starting in August. But for the most part, that's all the recommendations and suggestions. And it's funny because now that like I'm 2 weeks. what is it? End of this week, end of next week. So basically, end of next week, I will be going away, and my brain's already on vacation mode. I don't really do anything anyways most days. I just sit at home. I cook. I clean. I go to the market, and I buy food for dinner that night. Like very European. Like if I was buying bread, I'd buy today's bread today and today's meat today. I don't know. It just gives me like a sense of purpose. I run errands, but my mind is already on vacation mode. I'm already like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I'm just maintaining. It's not good for comedy. Like it's not a big endeavor. I should be doing more. So that's something I got to work on. With comedy, especially local comedy, anywhere I can drive to 2-3 hours, I should be able to just book myself. But I am excited. I'm so pumped. I can't even sleep. I can't sleep. If sleeping is without you, I can't see. I can't see anymore. I don't know the words. Drinking water. I've been drinking a lot of water. I know that I'm going to be super dehydrated when I get to the Philippines. I'm afraid of all of the weight I'm going to gain because I can't imagine, I can go keto in the Philippines. I'm going to eat a lot of fruit. I'm going to eat a lot of pork. And on top of that, I want to do something like some stupid third world country shit. Like I'm going to drink Fanta out of a plastic bag. Why? Because that just seems like some shit you would do. A Coke, a Fanta, I don't know, something that you just drink out of a plastic bag. And, that's, my wife was like, that's like the dumbest poor person thing ever. I go, I know. I want to drive I want to ride in like a jeepney, a little like, not like a rickshaw, like a motorized rickshaw, I guess so. A little scooter with a sidecar that drives you around. Like I want to do that shit. She's like, you are a fucking tourist. I go, I know, but this is what you married. But my brain is completely shut down. And all I do is look forward to leaving. Because it's like a big deal. I'm not trying to get sick. I'm not trying to, I don't know. I'm so excited. I don't get excited about much, but I blame it on my wife. Like before, I was like a machine. I just go, yep, work until, like if I was going on vacation, I would literally find a way to work till like the day that I left. Work on the day that I left, pack my bags, put it in the car, drive the car to the airport after work. And now it's like whenever we go on vacation, the shit's so fun to me. It's like I just quit. I quit the job. I quit the work, doing the work. Works out for summer. And I feel like that's a detriment to me right now. So I'm going to work on that. Next time we're going on vacation, I'm going to work up to the vacation. The next vacation might be Greece, might be next year. And then Dublin. I think that's where I want to go for my 40th. I want to go French kiss the Blarney Stone. I want to drink a pint of Guinness, and I want to fuck around with the Irish. That's what I want to do. And God damn it, that's what my wife wants me to do too. She wants me to be happy, so that's what we're going to do. But yeah, well, so for I don't even know. My brain is mush. And I have this one. I have a podcast to Wednesday, What's Up Wednesday with Drew Vu. He's back in town. We're going to talk about his vacation. He's left on vacation. I'm leave now that he's back. I'm leaving 2 weeks later, and then I have another podcast with Tunan Vu. So I got podcasts. My brain is mush, so it's not a good sign. But we're gonna figure this out. I've been spending most of my day being just a great house husband during the day, and then I'm going out doing comedy at night. But for the most part, I'm out there shopping, cleaning the house, wearing an apron, putting on my pearls, flats, vacuuming the house, cleaning the bathroom, just trying to make it perfect so my wife, now that my wife's back working, She's not going to have one day go, fuck it, you figure it out again. You know, I'm done with that. I don't want to do it anymore. It's so much better. Like, I'm watching Mad Men, and I don't get how back then men were like, yeah, I'm going to go work and you stay at home. Fuck that shit. You go work too. You want to have your own money. I don't give a fuck. You figure it out. It's like, you go to work. I don't care what you do. I'm not even going to be here. I'm going to be at work. So I don't know. I finished Mad Men. It was interesting. You know, it wasn't even a good ending. Like, that whole last season was there's not a lot of good. Like, everyone was complaining about Game of Thrones, and they're like, oh my God, this is the worst ending ever. But people don't remember, like, you know, The Sopranos. People were upset about that ending. I liked it. I thought it was very symbolic. I fell out of Mad Men. I stopped. Like, it was just on the background, and then I'd look up and go, oh, okay, that's happening. Great. And then sometimes, like, I don't know who this person is because I wasn't paying attention. But I don't even think the show is about Don Draper. I feel like it was actually about Peggy. Peggy has this greater story arc. Don Draper hasn't really changed much. Like, oh, yeah, so what? He's told his story. Yay, hooray, we learned about somebody. But he doesn't really change that much. He has money. He doesn't care about money, and that doesn't change. He's just throwing around money like he has from the very, very beginning. So I think Peggy, you know, literally from a secretary to a mom to orphaning her kid to, you know, becoming all the way up, copywriter, all of that stuff. I think she has a greater story arc. I would like to have seen her as a partner in Sterling Cooper, Price, fucking Campbell, whatever the other ones are. I would like to have seen Peggy, but I definitely think that the show was more about her than Don Draper. Just Don Draper was way, way more sexier, and it would be funny. It would actually be funny if it was all a figment of Don Draper's imagination. Like, he's this good-looking guy. He started off as like a good-looking guy, and he was just like this old drunk guy, not good-looking, fat, womanizer, and just antiquated. That would be funny. Like, I was actually looking up to see, like, what would Don Draper look like in real life, and that I was just hoping for, like, some really bad art. You know, he's got a big nose, big head. He's got, like, the whiskey face, which is blotchy and red. His nose has got, like, varicose veins on him. I don't know. This is the shit that goes on in my head between cooking. But yeah, it's I finished that, and I'm happy. I'm happy that it's done. And now I was like, oh, what show do I want to start? It's like, oh, you should probably read a book. No. Nay, I say. I was looking at, like, Chernobyl, and I'm afraid that Chernobyl is just going to be like, hey, I heard flights to Russia are cheap. Let's go see Chernobyl. Because the show is so riveting. And be like, I come home and I have cancer and I'm already losing my hair and I got a third arm growing out of my chest. That's why I'm not watching Chernobyl. I'm watching Chernobyl trailers and I'm starting to panic. I'm like, fuck, I can't watch this. But I mean, what else am I gonna watch? You know, Mad Men, The Wire, Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad. I've already watched them. I'm trying to find, like, a really good one. And a lot of these historical ones, like the American historical ones, they, Turn, I've seen, and that was great. Good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I like the American history shit. I like stuff to do with American history. But when it's, like, European, like the Tudors or the, Versailles, I get into it, and then I kind of go, it's just white people doing white people shit. I can't get into this. Yeah, so I'm looking for a new TV show, and Westworld cannot come on fast enough. I don't really know what the next one is. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, people. 30 minutes in, and I'm not really sure how to finish this one. My brain is mush. We've had this conversation. I'll tell you why. But I appreciate you listening. One more week? Yes, one more Monday morning. That's a Bill Burr thing. One more Short, Pale, and Handsome podcast on Monday morning, and then I'm off. So that's excited. I will be watching the Jon Jones fight from the lounge in San Francisco, most likely. Not where I want to watch it, but I'll be there watching it, and I got money on Jon Jones. Jon Bones Jones. Who? Jon Jones. Who? Jon Jones. Let's see. Jon Jones coming up. What sports? What are we talking about sports? Paul Malignaggi. Yeah, Paulie. Bare knuckle boxing. Unfortunately, I did not watch it. I heard that he lost, which sucks because I think that I like Paulie Malignaggi. I like him. I think he can box. I think that his hands have been broken too many times. Soft hands, no power. And it's unfortunate that he lost to Artem Lobov. Not saying I didn't watch it. I just think that, he should have outclassed him, but apparently he did not. So is that all the sports I got? That's all the sports I got. Did you watch the draft, the NBA draft? I didn't because I don't watch college basketball. I watched like the first five, like just on Twitter. Like, okay, they're going there. And then my Celtics weren't even on, they were like in the top 14 or they picked players that I'm not even familiar with. So I don't watch the draft because I don't watch college. Why? Because I don't have any time. Because I'd rather be doing other things like watching TV shows that went off the air 5 years ago. I'm just catching up. That's what I would rather do than watch the draft. Because like by the time I actually start watching the games, it's not going to matter who they drafted because the people they drafted will be players. Yay! I don't find it time effective to watch them draft people and then they just go over their college highlights and be like, well, I think that they could do really well in the offense. Like, listen, we're just speculating. We're all guessing. We're out here guessing. Well, I think these seems a lot like this player. Like, yeah, well, I mean, let's just see. I'd rather just watch them play, which I will. So that's why I don't watch the draft. Okay, I am literally dragging myself through the remainder of this. I just want to say thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. If you've heard this spiel, if you're familiar with my podcast, if you are listening to this on a podcast, we have the video version on YouTube. If you watch the video portion of this on YouTube, you can find this anywhere you find podcasts. So it is Short, Pale, and Handsome. You can find that on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts or Spotify. And if you are listening to this, you can find this on youtube.com/loyleecomedy. That's where it is. Huzzah! And we are done. So, no, I appreciate you watching this. Please leave a comment. Please rate this. Wherever you find this, just rate this. I'm out here trying hard. Follow me on Instagram, Loy Lee Comedy, or Short, Pale, Handsome. That is where you find me. I'm out here trying to grow. If you have any questions, email your boy, loyleecomedy@gmail.com, and we can have a conversation. So, yeah. Have a good one. I will talk to you I'll talk to you Wednesday. Fuck it. What's up Wednesday with Das Druvu. Okay, guys. I'm out. Hasta Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye. Smooches.